It's crazy how bad Duolingo makes you feel if you miss a few days. Just got an email that said, "So you give up on all your goals, huh? We wanted to write this in French, but you wouldn't understand it anyway." Can't relate, never had any of those messages. Can't relate. No, not me. Not me. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be taking a look at r/me IRL. Apparently, I've never looked at just me IRL. I've looked at me IRL GBT a couple times, but never just looked at me IRL. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that today. Very quickly before we begin, couple things to mention, as always. For those of you that watched to the end of a previous video, and for those of you that care, I have found a new job, and as of this video going up, I actually start on Tuesday. Sorry, as of me recording this, I will have already started by this video going up. I'm very, very excited. It should be really cool. I'll be working for a diving company doing video and marketing work. So it should be really fun. I'll be doing lots of diving. It'll be great. Other thing I wanted to mention very, very quickly, as always, I will be live on Thursday over at Twitch at 7 PM UK time, as I always am. So if you ever want more content from me, definitely go check out my Twitch. It's always a really fun time. I always really enjoy streaming. So I love to see you guys there, so do check out my Twitch. Other than that, let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Today my cousin called me from Korea, and as I was talking to him, a white lady told me to speak English. So I turned to her, and as harshly as I could, said, in perfect English, "What the f did you just say to me?" And I swear, I saw her soul leave her body. Incredible. They never expect, you know, resistance. They always expect their racism to just be unchallenged. So actually responding to someone like this, especially when they don't expect you to be able to speak proper English. But ultimately, I swear a good part of this is just rooted in envy, right? Like, they can't speak any other languages than English, and I feel like they're probably jealous about that fact. So there's this deep-rooted jealousy that they don't realize they hold, that someone can speak more languages than them, which probably means that they're more capable than them, and they don't like that at all. My 5-year-old can't drive her pretend car because she can't find her driver's license that she made out of cardboard. She's stressing because she doesn't know how she's going to take her babies to the park. Her pretend play is too real. I'm stressing with her. I do love when kids, they make these plays a little too real. It reminds me of some classic Vines. There was some classic Vines along this subject. Can someone do a correlation study on kids who were started with Mac computers versus Windows PCs and tech illiteracy, or even just general problem solving skills? Because I have a hypothesis. I installed Linux on my laptop when I was 12. Autistic children will be discluded from the study for skewing results. I've thought about trying out Linux, but I don't really have a device to try it on because there ain't no way I'm trying it out on my big PC. I guess I could run it off of a USB, but I don't want to. It overcomplicates everything. Like, Windows can be complicated, but it's solvable. But Linux, the amount you have to do just to be able to do shit like install Google Chrome is like, there's no reason for it to be that complicated. Like, I get people are moving over there because Windows is getting worse with every update, but until Linux is like usable, I'm not moving. In all the movies, Santa never goes to the house directly next door. He always gets in his sleigh and f***s off like 20 miles east. I've always thought this, like, we're supposed to believe that Santa can visit every house in one night, right? But not only does he spend like half an hour in one kid's house in a movie, but then yeah, he's super inefficient in that he doesn't move to the next house. He just goes, bye. Like, is he just hopping from neighborhood to neighborhood doing one house and then coming back across? That's not an efficient way to do it, Santa. And honestly, if you need to be able to do it in one night, you shouldn't be going in the houses at all. You shouldn't be landing. Just fly by, drop all the presents off. We're really questioning the logic of a children's Christmas movie, aren't we? People who don't reply until days later. Why? It's a relatively very new phenomenon that basically anyone in your life gets access to you at all times. It was only 20 years ago that if you left the house for the day, you were actually gone. You'd return messages when you came back hours or even days later. Basically, I prefer this sometimes. 20 years ago it's not even 20 years ago. Like, it's in my lifetime. When I was a kid, 15 years ago, easily this was a thing. I had a mobile phone on me, but You had to pay per text back in those days. People weren't just texting each other 24/7. You would go out and you'd have a phone on you for emergencies, you know, in case you get injured or someone needs to contact you. But it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, just let my mum know how I'm doing every 5 minutes while I'm out. Just wasn't a thing. Just wasn't a thing. And that's in my lifetime. I'm 24 years old. My boyfriend trying to be supportive. My shawarma fell apart. Oh no. Are you solution oriented about it or in the feeling stage? It's a really good response though. I feel like I'm gonna start using that when stuff goes wrong with Leo. Are you solution oriented about it or are you in the feeling stage? I really like that for some reason. I do not understand the urge to amass wealth and then use it to interfere in other people's lives. If I had $62 billion, no one would ever see me again. I agree. I don't get it either. Like, imagine you've got enough money that you and infinite generations after you will never have to work again. You put it in a high yield savings account, you never have to work again. None of your children, grandchildren, their grandchildren ever have to work again. You can live the life that most people only dream of, doing literally whatever you want, living in absolute comfort, and you decide to use your time and money to just fuck over other people? Just live a happy life. Just go off and live a happy life and let other people live happy lives and it would be fine and everyone would be happy. I don't understand needing to interfere with the rest of the fucking world when you've literally won. You've won at life. That's it. Go and retire and enjoy the rest of your life. My husband has a cold and he's talking about the future like a man dying in battle. I'm gonna heal up and smoke us some ribs. Doesn't that sound nice? Some smoked ribs, just like we used to have in the spring. Me and you, I'm gonna get better. Sometimes colds just hit a little differently, you know? I don't know specifics about it, but I do believe AMABs have a lower tolerance to feeling ill than AFABs. AFABs tend to just get on with life. They'll be like, yeah, I'm ill, that's fine. They put up with worse. Men are privileged enough to not get used to feelings like that, I guess. And so they have lower tolerances to it. I don't know. It's the whole reason that the term man flu exists, you know? But I won't say I'm free of that stereotype. You know, when I get ill, I'm dead for like a straight 24 hours. But I also get over it really fast. So I'll be like deceased and then I'll be fine 2 days later. Meanwhile, some people, like colleagues that I have at work, were like, yeah, I'm ill. I've been ill for the last 2 weeks. I've been coming into work the whole time. It's fine. And I'm like, no, I can't get out of bed for the next 24 hours. I am a corpse. Do y'all turn your ringer off on your phone before going to bed? My phone has been on silent for the past decade. So my phone's not on silent 24/7 because as much as I hate phone calls, sometimes they're important. You get phone calls from the government or the doctor or your insurance or something, and there's nothing I can do about that fact, so I have to have it on. But I do have it set so that it automatically goes into do not disturb mode at nighttime because I don't want to be disturbed when I go to bed. I'll wake up to the messages. I don't care. Comes on automatically because I know I'll forget otherwise. But it's a really useful feature and I feel like more people would benefit from doing that. No more getting woken up in the middle of the night because one of your homies who's up at 4 a.m. playing like Monster Hunter messages you. Spoiler alert, I was that homie. I used to do that. That was me. There's a new guy at work named Wayne Bruce, and I said, Man-Bat, my old nemesis. Nobody got it. My talents are wasted here. It saddens me that no one got that. It's not even like that niche of a joke. Batman's a pretty common superhero. He's a pretty popular superhero, right? Lots of people like Batman, and lots of people know that Batman's called Bruce Wayne. Your talents truly are wasted. I told my Lyft driver I was on mushrooms. And he said, like, pizza mushrooms? I thought about it for 5 seconds and was like, yeah. Then he confided he sometimes eats a whole can of black olives. I will confess, if olives were a bit more affordable, because, you know, the economy and all that, I would eat olives a lot more. I can easily get through a whole jar of olives. Easily. Oh, dude. Like, when you get garlic stuffed olives as well, like haldiki olives, garlic stuffed olives, the ones with pepper in them. You can get little per kilo pepper stuffed olives. All of them. Oh, I like green olives more than black olives, but all olives, I could just eat a whole jar in one sitting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Great on pizza. Did you know in the UK, Domino's didn't do olives on pizza until like relatively recently? And in my parents' city, Domino's still doesn't do olives on pizza. That's insane to me. They're like the best pizza topping. The fact that homeowners association exist is wild to me. You buy an entire house and some lady a couple doors down can tell you that you're not allowed to display your antique frog statuette and you have to pay a fine? Insane. I genuinely do find the homeowners association insane. As a person from the UK where that doesn't really exist, like, yes, you still have regulations of things you can and can't do in your house without permits, but like to own property and then to have someone else be able to dictate, you know, your lawn has to be mowed or you have to do X in your house, your door has to be painted X color in the land of the free. It is insane. It's actually insane. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it in America either. Like, can you just not join the HOA and then they can't do anything about it? I don't know how that works. And the final post. I love it when I stump the IT guy. You thought this would be a quick ticket. Just remote in, click one button, and make me look like a fool. But alas, I have f***ed things up more than you could have imagined. We've all had moments like this. They always want, you know, they want it to be simple. They want it to be the turn it off and on again. Have you tried that? We'll do it again anyway. Look, boom, it's fixed. But no. There was a time when I upgraded the BIOS on my motherboard and I bricked my whole PC. Luckily, I had people assisting me, but it was a worrying moment. It was a worrying moment. But that's where I'm going to end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on the join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. A huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful YouTube members and patrons that do support me. It genuinely helps an insane amount, and it genuinely means an insane amount. In this uncertainty between me getting a new job and losing my old job and having no idea what I'm going to be doing, having even the little bit of consistent income that comes in through Patreon and my YouTube members helps even just a little bit, you know? So genuinely thank you to everyone that does. It means a huge amount to me. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.